It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's coming up next.
On a warm, late summer afternoon, we've got football at Paycor Stadium here in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case...
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the number 1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a 2nd, 3rd reaction play and create downfield.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Another run for Brown on second down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line.
That one goes for 8 yards.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll try and run for it with Brown. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion left is Thomas.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Lawrence. To the sideline and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Again, it's Burrow. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Burrow will throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. This is Brown going up the middle. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets it down to the 32. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Lawrence going to throw again. A short throw there to Strange.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL, but just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Here's Lawrence.
That is caught. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Lawrence will throw.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Two yards to go, second down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
He completes it to Hunter. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Etienne on the toss right.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. An inside give, Brown.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now Lawrence.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hunter. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver has got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A give running right, Etienne.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
And a stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Back to throw. Lawrence. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hunter. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And he is caught at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Again, it's Lawrence. Touchdown! Brenton Strange, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line. But this is just going to make things worse.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. And that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Jones. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Now Burrow. A quick throw there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. In motion, the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From midfield now, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A give to Etienne running right.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Etienne bringing in another one. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on 3rd and goal.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. Here's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a 2nd and 2. They go play action with Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Burrow looking to pass. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now it's Burrow. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Back to throw here. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Lawrence into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they...
6.
In motion comes the tight end left. To throw again on second down.
Burrow got a man open. It's Chase.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 36. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Burrow.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And Burrow going to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will tie things up at 13. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. A handoff for Etienne. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 41, here's second down at 7. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down at 7. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's long. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Hunter Long, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now it's Burrow. And that's incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
This one complete to Yoshibas.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Burrow.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
I'm On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. Man open left side is Brown. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and goal, Burrow.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
McPherson on for the point after.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Lawrence will throw.
Got him in. It's Brown. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Jaguars 1st down.
On play action, Lawrence.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. There he goes.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Burrow looking to pass.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Option play. Here's a give to Brown.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance. And this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Burrow will throw.
Open man is Yoshibas.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have regained the lead.
It's his third field goal now in the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
74 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Now Lawrence.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught on the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas.
72 yards.
And the Jaguars use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Able to find Higgins.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Burrow on play action.
Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Running right, here's Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Brown is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on 1st down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
Brown once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They try and run forward here with Brown. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Likely the play of the game here. Trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Gesicki from 4 yards out. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
84 yards rushing now. as he's done it on 22 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They went to their big body tight end on second down in hopes that he could plow his way to a first down. But they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Thomas has got it. Complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Thomas, the man in motion left.
Here's Lawrence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Etienne is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Once more Etienne, and this time he is into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Burrow looking to pass.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. An inside give, Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. The tight end in motion right.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's 3rd and 6. Lawrence.
Buying time to, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
So Burrow and the Bengals down by 4, a minute 40 remaining.
They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. Pass complete to Higgins.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's 1st and 10. Burrow.
That escapes the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's 2nd down. Now Burrow.
Now a short one to Gesicki.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense?